What's happening? Happy Friday, boys and girls. My name is Jeffery Mitchell, coming to you live on Memorex from the undisclosed caregiving location, default route. This is the first time, this is the first time I've got my steps in 7 days. Today's the 22nd. I believe last time I got my 10,000 steps in was January 15th. It's been a good week, no doubt. And I'm probably out of practice in doing this a little bit. Definitely probably not as sharp at it as I could be. As you can see, I'm rambling now, but anyhow, I'm here. And it was raining a little bit today, drizzle. This was the lightest drizzle, the lightest continuous drizzle I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, who cares about all that? Somebody does. Somebody does, and I do too. I love being Jeffery. I love being Jeffery. I really enjoy the way things are set up in my life. The people, things that happen. P-Funk. Of course, I haven't talked to you guys since P-Funk. And I kind of don't, right now, really feel like going into it. I've been savoring the moments, reliving them. Just doing those 3 days of travel and shows and people, I'm turned on. I'm executing. I'm in execution mode. And a lot of things I do, hell, I forget I did. And then it comes back to me. I try to get pictures of everything, but shows were good. That band is doing the damn thing. Mr. McKnight was back. I think he's just there for 3 shows. At the end, he kind of was blowing kisses to the audience and waving bye. Like, that's it. And, so be it. Things work, sometimes they don't. Or maybe he got, other business or something, but, the band is killing right now. The band is just simply killing. And the word of the big stuff coming up this summer is just, to me at least, super exciting. With the rumors of P-Funk at the Essence Fest, landing the mothership, that's major to me. That's like major to me. And then in April, there's a P-Funk festival put on by P-Funk. That's just major. And the people around P-Funk and my experience this last weekend, saw Mr. Hampton after the last show. I was like, hey, I be getting so excited. I do get excited. But I get excited, but I get excited about the performance or stuff I see they do on stage. It's mostly to compliment, to signify, and denote probably parts of the show that I like that stood out that they did personally, whoever I'm talking to. And Mr. Hampton, I think 2 of the 3 shows, at least one of the shows, Knee Deep solo and Cosmic Slop solo different. The feel was still there. The general story or tone was there, They were different. I was like, after the show, I was like, you played them both different. And he's like, yeah. I was like, I liked it. I liked it because it had still had that feel. It was good. And then Prim, where I had a seat, front row, and like right in front of Mr. Curry, I was able to sit down, close my eyes. Well, in front of him, but he was like way, deep in the back of the stage, but his bass was like, I was like dead. I was on that side of the stage in front of the horns. And he's behind there, Mr. Oliver. So I was able to sit down, close my eyes, and just ride on that bass line. And that drum pad, either I'm starting to learn how not to hear it, or I think it's changing. It's changing. It's definitely not as loud and prominent as it was when Mr. Cowan first started doing it. Definitely made some adjustments and this and that. Because I like that space between the last space between that last and note in there. But other than that, I was even thinking that Mr. Cowan might even be part of the good work in that he's been playing it right for so long. Whatever right means. Of course, right means the way Jeffery likes it in this case. And the way Jeffery prefers it, that's all it means. It's something subjective and personal. And he does that so much and so well. I've gotten so used to it over the years that I forget to recognize how important him being in the pocket and like all the other stuff that either I've gotten used to or it's just in the pocket. It's just in the pocket. You can tell when Mr. Very Schnall play. It's definitely there, but there's a difference. It may be slight, it may be a nuance, but there's a difference. And you gotta ask the question, which one is better? Because for entertainment and content purposes, Mr. Schnall is better. No, Mr. Schnall is my buddy, so I'll defer to him. But Mr. Cowan, Mr. Benzel Cowan is out there for all them shows, holding for all these years. And that in itself is something. That in itself is major. For all these years, the only drummer, because usually they used to have 4 drummers, 3 or 4 drummers a show. And split them up and change them, all that. At least 2 or 3, 4, and they would play their songs, give each other a break or whatever. But he's been doing it himself for maybe 10 years now or something like that. So that, and hold it down here with Mr. Curry. And I guess the rhythm guitar was on, they call it the rhythm section, I'm not sure. But bass and drums. Yeah, I just take that for granted. I know I do. I'll take it for granted. And it did run. It was a couple times where it went off, and it was a couple times where, whoa! like collision, but sync. You maybe half the stage got off, whatever. Or the music that in one place, drum and on one miss 2 times. It was weird. So I don't know if it was the drums that missed or everybody else, but like I said, it was refreshing. I enjoyed it. And then one time it really got off the rails and they had to play through it. I was like, oh, listen to it. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, I enjoyed it. Not even sure if the crowd recognized it. They may or may not have. But I was like, oh, and I think I got one on. In fact, I was recording, I was doing Knee Deep. I was like, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? The tape, so we'll see if that came out. Mr. Thomas, of course. Kevin Oliver. Great as always. Raphael even. Not even, but you know. You know how I like to hate on the kids. You know. Playful hate. Dirt Delic. Got to holler at him about what he doing in Japan or whatever. Jose was there in Vegas, of course. From Valley Coast to Vegas, so Jose was there. Just oozing swagger. This dude just got swagger oozing all out of him. He carries it off. He got it. He definitely, and his home production is pretty good too, from what I'm hearing and seeing all the stuff he putting out. He came out, he went out to the audience. I'm like standing there, he come walking by me. I'm like, whoa. And he went out in the audience, got him pumped up like that, and he did this rap. So, you know, Brandy, of course. It was one show, they had her name. They had a really nice backsplash display for the good, and had a nice little parliament in the original colors. That orange and red or whatever. The original parliament colors, big, huge, going across the back of the band on the projection. And they had her name, Scotty Clinton, up there. It was good seeing her do her thing. You know? And I also could have swore I heard her singing. I also could have swore I heard her voice come up. And I think she said, I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna keep talking shit. I was like, yeah, just keep talking. Just just keep saying whatever you gotta say, you know? That banter or that talking shit or, and then to hear a female voice in all that male band and vocals is good also. I was like, I didn't miss, I saw her. I wanted to tell her, I said, I didn't miss you until I did. That thing you do, dance and move, in the way she moves. I didn't know. I mean, I knew, that I was on it. I knew that, because, hell, most of my time seeing this band, once I got acclimated deeply to the process, my preferred spot is like just about right in front of her, in the back of singers. And that started with Kendra, of course, because of the groove, the rhythm. up there getting it dancing, up for the downstroke or whatever. Just that, because sometimes, like I said many times before in the past, I've been at a show and I've been the only one who wasn't on stage who was on beat properly. A few times I've looked around and seen such horrendous movement under the guise of his dancing, and it messed up my show. It hindered, it lessened my experience. So having her up there, you know, nice, not subtle, but because Brandy got that high energy. She all over the stage, you know. Tanisha's more in the pocket, I guess, but she could turn it up. They start doing that hip click or hip snap and turning her head. It's important, especially on that for the downward show where they be dun, 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 dun. And they start doing that. It's important to me. Trelude, of course. Trelude be saying stuff, but he be saying it so in the mix and so quote unquote perfectly, you don't recognize it until you recognize it. You know, ad-libbing, doing that. They did My Mama Told Me. Then My Mama Told Me, dude. Yeah. There was a time in New Orleans where Mama Told Me may have been the best song they played that all night. Because it just got up there. For whatever reason, it took it all the way up there. So it can definitely do that. And they was hitting it hard. Get low. No, not get low. The one that comes after get low. It'll be ding, 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 ding. That song. It's all good, people. I'm all over the place. And I shouldn't worry about it. I should just keep talking. Had a hotel. Mr. Shider is another one who I'm not taking it for granted, but getting used to his performances has always been solid or this or that. Extra something on it. I look up this. Uche. Oh God. That damn Uche. Had a idol slinging his body all over the place, Uche. I don't want to say, I got to say, he's a lot better. Lot better. And that just probably comes experience, learning the words, filling it out. Because I never doubted that the talent wasn't there. My concern was this hair flailing, posing, modern dressed performer fit with P-Funk. And at first, like, we don't dance like that here. And P-Funk is supposed to be all inclusive and, you know, everything goes, just do your thing. To a degree. to a degree. But because he can sing. So to hear him sing on We Want the Funk and sing, do that, da, 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 you know, the, I don't know, ad-lib and screaming, I don't know what it's called. Do all that with his voice, band playing, and he going, that's gotten really good. That's gotten really good. I always look forward to it. In fact, oh my God, and I'd rather be with you. Ooh, he getting close to getting that to where it really, 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 he getting that really close to, and him and Mr. Curry on bass. Because I don't know if I said it before. It's not that I was surprised, not that I didn't think he couldn't do it, but I just didn't picture Mr. Curry playing I'd Rather Be With You, that style of music. But he was doing all that slurpy, oh, that's, I was singing Daddy's Little Angel. I think I was singing Baby Daddy. Yeah, hey, morning. Yeah. No, one of those songs off Awesome Power. But I'd Rather Be With You. Yeah, he takes it there, him and Mr. Curry. Yeah, get there. And then, maybe the next time. Oh my God. Maybe the next time. And then, I forget where I was, which one it was, but I'm right there. Uche's singing I'd Rather Be With You, and he's like right here. He's literally like right here. I'm like, oh my God, I hope none of my friends see this. Knowing doggone well, Caroline, Mrs. Clinton standing right there with the phone. Cause he was like right there. I mean like right there. Never thought I'd be close. And he was singing, and he kept singing, and I kept doing my thing. You know, keeping my pace, my rhythm, my stanzas, my groove. He was doing his. He was like right there. It is what it is. It is what it is. It was good. See him do all that stuff, you know. Been a little bit too flamboyant, and it needed to be adjusted to. I mean, I don't want to say P-Funk is masculine. It may not, probably not the word, but P-Funk preaches, you know, maybe craziness and flamboyancy and, you know, out of pocket. Maybe not out of pocket, but, you know, color outside the lines, be free, do that. Also an underlying discipline to it. And it's almost a highbrow attitude of which you can look over and say, we don't do that here. There's some of that in me, at least for me subjectively. You might ask Mr. Clinton, he'd say, anything goes, do whatever you want. And quite frankly, if you ask me, out of my mouth would come, everything goes, you can do what you want. And I believe that. Because I really do not believe that it should be censored, not censored, but censored or cut up or, you know, everything goes. That's what funk in the world and everything, it has to. You can't exclude, it can't be any exclusions. Because reality doesn't exclude, if I could put it that way. You can't just say parts of reality and eliminate part, well, you can eliminate them. You can eliminate it. You can eliminate stuff and take it out of reality, one way or the other. But so his, he definitely coming, definitely, and then just like took Mr. Shider a little bit of time to fall into the performance where he's at now. It's changed over the years, his style and manner. And I think it could be that for Mr. Shider, it's getting to be something like a been there, done that, blah, blah, blah. And him not trying so hard made it better. Being a little bit more subtle in the ad-libs and the extra energy and just singing with that voice, to me, sometimes hits really good, really hard. And, don't worry about losing all so much. Just hit the spot. Just use that voice and that rhythm and that cadence and put it there. Because Tony Cam did it. He's saying when he did it almost in a monotone. Like, hey, good evening. He just sang it real flat and just, without any extra on it. And it was good. It was good. Just to hear somebody sing the P-Funk One Law and to sing some of these songs in a regular, not flat, but not so energetic manner. So, that's good. I mean, it's just good, people. It's just good. Mr. Good, another one in the woodwork, Mr. Bedrosian. He's doing all kinds of shit. He writing books, keeping up with the history. He be bringing stuff in on his maggot brain, prelude, taking you back one place. He does his studying. He is a historian by education, by training. Education by, I think he got a degree in history and all that, so. He's documented a lot of the stuff in the P-Funk family, P-Funk history, worked closely with Mr. Clinton to get the scoop. He's talking to people, doing interviews. That's, oh my God. Oh my God, it's just. I got 2 of his books sitting on my couch at home now. Ain't cracked none of them. Because that's mostly like, when do I have time to sit down with a book? And who's gonna carry this thing? We're not used to that anymore. Everything is on our phone. Worst case scenario, I'll pull out my bullshit tablet and pull it up on that. And I can sit there, carry that around. It ain't big, heavy, or whatever. Carry that around and just scroll and read. Yeah, no more CDs, no more cassettes, no more physical components or items like books and things you gotta hold on to and touch, and newspapers. Everything goes on the phone. Got Don's book sitting there too, and that's a big one. You almost got to get out with a separate suitcase. Yeah.
Wait.
Then I get to the hotel Friday. Yeah, Friday for the Anaheim show. And they let me check in early. So I laid down. I had dinner reservations at House of the Blues at 5. So I laid down for like an hour and a half, relaxed, got up, walked over to the Anaheim House of Blues. Walked in, as soon as I walked in, I saw Sarah. He's like, hey dude, come have lunch with me. So we sat there and ordered food. We got our fast passes and ate, and then walked out. First in line at the fast pass line, Donnie and Willow. San Diego Donnie, who's always first one in line at these shows. And Willow, she used to work with P-Funk back in the day. She got game. She got concert going game. I seen her do some stuff. Of course, and we talked about it. It was stuff she can get away with because she a older white female. And she knows it. And I ain't mad at her. I'll use it too. I seen her do some stuff at LA, I think at LA Live or the Novo, where security is like really tight. She ended up at the front row, in the middle, standing there, stood there for like a half hour. She got there so early. They let her stand there. Nobody said nothing. She snuck down there somehow, and I saw her do it. And I got mad, of course. Like, damn it, where'd she go? How she blah, blah, blah. And then they let us in. She had been standing there an hour, like half hour already. We was trying to get in the pit. And they was trying to get the pit tickets together. And we standing there, ah! They wouldn't let us in. And then I finally got in, we got in there. And I got a space. But so when we walked out, me and Sarah walked out after eating. Had my doggy bag for breakfast in the morning. They were standing there, so we was like, hey! You know, started talking to them, chopping up with them. And the cool part about it, she was like, all right. She's like, all right, Jeffery. I don't mind you being here, but you gotta get behind me. I was like, game recognized, game girl. I was like, game recognized, game. Cause she was first in line. She's like, you can cut, but you gotta get behind me. I was like, okay, cool. So it was good. I mean, just the life, you know. It's just the life. I just go through life and things fall in place, especially when it comes to this. Whoa, see, up. I was just up. See that? Did y'all see that? Now look, I'm wearing these shoes, right? I'm gonna let you see them. These shoes are old and worn out. These shoes are old and worn out. I don't know if you can see the bottom of them. I can't see if you can see the bottom of them, but these shoes are old and worn out. There's no doubt. It's just like no doubt. And if I walk on something wet, a certain kind of pavement or walkway that's wet, it's completely slick. Completely. I don't know if I'm hydroplaning or whatever, but I done fell more than once. And you see, as soon as I stepped on that mud, I just lost my footing. And it was raining when I first started walking here, so the ground was wet. Well, actually, it was the lightest drizzle I have ever seen in my life. It was the lightest continuous drizzle I had ever seen in my life. It was definitely drizzling, but you could barely tell. But the ground was wet. because it had been raining, I guess. And I had to walk in the street. I couldn't walk on this kind of sidewalk they got here because it was too slick. And yeah, it's probably time for me to retire these shoes. I mean, it's definitely time for me to retire these shoes. And I got other shoes, and I can afford to buy other shoes. But I'm gonna wear these fuckers out because they don't feel bad. The damn things are comfortable. The damn things are comfortable. Can you see them? They feel good on my feet. Especially after I bought a pair of merino wool socks for whatever reason. And I'm walking them things. Oh my God. My feet feel so good right now. And I don't even got the merino wool socks on or a decent pair of shoes. But it feels good for my feet to feel good. Remember, there was a time for months there where I had that ingrown nail or whatever. Oh, look what they did. They getting it ready. When I used to ride my bike path. Look at that. I wonder where it's going. They're getting the bike path together. See, it comes from up there. You drive around, ride around. What was I saying? Oh, he came out, and so we hooked up with them. We all got together. We all got the front row. And there was another show where it was all of us in the front row. Like me, Sarah, Willow, I think Donnie, whoever else all was with us. We had the whole front row. Then I go to Vegas, I know people. People know me. People I don't know me. I'm talking to people, hey, I remember you from last time. Yeah, da, 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 da. You know. And then I can make it to, after a good show in Anaheim, I make it to Prim, get there early, they let me check in or whatever. Went down to the diner. This was the worst food I've had in a long time. Worst food and service I've had in a very long time. This was literally the worst food and service that I had in a very long time. I think they got me for $43 or some stupid shit. I don't even care. I'm done with it. Because I'm sitting there, right, eating, have my laptop, doing pictures, stuff from last night, the night before. And I see Carlon walking in. I was like, yeah. It was like, actually, at first I was like, it was Carlon's style, the hat and the jacket. But I didn't have my glasses on, so I could tell. I was like, yeah. She dressed like, that is Carlon. And you see Mr. Clinton pulling up. And I was like, what the fuck they doing here? Actually, I didn't, because where we was at, ain't too much going on. Where we was at, ain't too much going on, you gotta eat. So they just came in the diner. I saw Mr. Clinton sitting there. Carlon went off someplace. She might have went and got on the slot machines, I don't know. So I walked over to Mr. Clinton, shook his hand, told him, started talking to him. That's just my life, people. That's just Jeffrey Scott Mitchell's life. Sitting there in the diner, and Prim, he got Mr. Clinton. I got Mr. Clinton one-on-one. Talking to him, just, then Mrs. Clinton came back, and I finished up, and as I'm way out, I talked to them real quick, both of them. Took selfies, and I had a moment for a second. For a split second, I had a moment where we was trying to take selfies. And Mrs. Clinton was like, here, I'll take it, y'all. Okay. So she took a few. And then I was gonna take one with her. He was like, give me your phone. So Mr. Clinton took the selfies of me and Mr. Clinton. And I'm thinking to myself, wow. George Clinton touched my phone. Just like all them little young white girls I used to tease. Ooh, George Clinton sweated on me. George Clinton touched my jacket. I had a teeny weeny one of those. I was like, Mr. Clinton, use my phone. For a quick second. And then it was back to business. What's up with this mothership? In my mind. You know, what's up with this mothership? You know, what's up with this P-Funk festival? Let's get back to business here. We had a gooey moment. Get back to be I ain't gonna say I'm the watchdog, but I've been called that before. And I probably don't mind being that person. Let's be honest. Especially when it comes to something that I want and desire and am quote unquote monitoring. I want to go out tonight. I think I do anyway. I think I really do want to go out tonight. It's Friday. I feel fairly good. And to be completely honest, me not being home is a downer. Me not being home to myself is a downer. I'm out here, I wouldn't do this for nobody else. I'm out here with my mother, and that's starting to get old, like she is. And it's natural, it's normal probably, but it's just nowhere near enough to sustain. Definitely not to sustain, that's not the point of it, but to entertain me or to keep me motivated. It's just, you know, so, conversation and such is so remedial and difficult that basically you just sit there and just let her talk and don't even respond if you don't understand what she's saying or whatever. You know, it's just you know, she had nerve damage from radiation therapy and it's started to spread all over her body. You know, she started to lose control of her limbs and speech, and legs are pretty much done, paralyzed for the most part. So, you know, you go over there, she'll be having that damn TV on all goddamn day. I can't stand that. She fell asleep last night and it was off and it was quiet and it was so pleasant. She woke up and put that stuff on probably 4 or 5 in the morning. She just, all she do is sit there and play them games and listen to them things. 24 hours a day. You know, she wants people to come out there and be with her. And when I'm not here, I do wish I could be out there, you know, with her. Because, you know, her situation ain't gonna last forever. And, you know, all the stuff she's given to me is done for me. But I'm looking for a way to make it a little bit more productive and lively and to get something out of it. But some people might say, well, just watch the TV with your mother, it's enough. And I would say, good for you. That, you know, different strokes, different folks, and maybe certain situations, certain people, that's the case. Ain't no maybe, definitely for certain people, that's the case, but I can almost say I feel like I'm wasting my time. But what would you be doing if you was at home by yourself? Being at home by myself, that was enough. Oh my God. So, it's Friday. you know, I'm somewhat happy. But I'm not looking forward to getting off work, going down there and watching Touched by an Angel for 4 hours. 30-year-old episodes of Touched by an Angel. And she said, here's the remote. Get what you want. 5 seconds into what I get, she telling me to put on something she wants. You know, and you just, you know, you learn and you go with it. Quote unquote, not be the bigger person, but you know, you're the adult or whatever. You're the person, the bigger person. I don't know what the word is, but you know, you go with it and accommodate. You accommodate. And I'm not an accommodator. By nature, I'm not an accommodator. Either we're doing something and we're going in a direction or we ain't. Just to sit there and pacify someone, that's not my thing. I mean, she's 86 and limited to being in that room. Her world is probably only the TV, her games, and 7 other people. Communication is limited, if not at all. Very limited. She can't chat anymore, talk, so. You know, me and my sister, probably the only 2 people, I ain't gonna say the only 2 people, but you know, people she gonna feel most comfortable with, people she gonna want around, and you know, I know all that, but still. You know how happy I be? You know how excited I be when I get off work on Friday and know I ain't gotta go nowhere, see nobody else for 2 days? Ain't nothing better. There ain't nothing better. I get excited for that. Now tonight, there's something going on in Anaheim, Slapback and Trulio, I would love to go to. And it like don't start till 11. I get off like 8. See, here's where the ground gets, oh my God. Here's where it gets slippery. When this is wet, it gets real slippery. When it gets wet, this is where it gets real slippery. And I had to walk in the street. I ain't clean up behind your nasty dog. At least you wasn't. No, the dog ain't nasty. You nasty for not cleaning it up. So that's where we're at, the caregiving location. Go in there and, you know, go through the motions with her, basically. She ain't giving up though. I don't know how she do it. Just kill me. Just kill me. If I can't write, I can't communicate, could barely change the channels on the TV. And then with this isolation or interaction It has a toll on your brain and your cognitive abilities slowly dwindle. And, you know, she wants to be part of stuff and do stuff because her brain is still functioning okay, but even though it's maybe declining or deteriorating, not physically, just from use and from non-use. Not capability, capacity, or whatever, you know. The processor gets to be a little skewed or this way or that way. But she was sharp for a long time. She'll tell you something. I might not understand her or understand it, what she was saying, but sure enough, she'll get me. I'm like, oh lady, you was right. Look at you. And then, you know, for her to have that and then have it in her head and not be able to get it out, that's gotta be hell. That's gotta be hell. Just kill me. Just kill me. Or we're gonna figure something out. We're gonna figure something out. One way or the other. So that I can do something productive. Right? Do video, cut up my videos, edit my videos, something. And I'm saying that now when I'm fully capable. I'm not doing it, well, I'm doing some stuff. I'm getting stuff out there. I ain't gonna say I ain't doing nothing. I'm definitely getting stuff out there. I'm putting out content. Even if it's just this, I'm putting out content. I'm creating and documenting. But say in my older years, I'm 85, 86, and all I can do is sit in a wheelchair in the bed. I got my computers. I can do stuff, and internets and all that. Do something. Never been a game player. And she played those games for hours. She played them games for hours. Them bullshit ass, bad software, ad malware probably having games that I can't stand. Not because of the software aspect of it, and just malicious and maybe dangerous and poorly written. Not as far as the way the game goes, the way the software operates on your computer or your tablet. I'm like, what's the point? What's the point? But when I get older, I'll find out. All this was wet earlier. All this was soaking wet. I had to walk in the street almost. I couldn't even walk on this. So, I'll get off work, blah, blah, blah. Try to think of something I can have to look forward to. They told me that the Slapback Trulio was sold out last night. That's what Tyler said. But I looked like I went on the website. It looked like it was gonna let me buy a single ticket. And it don't start till 11. I get off at 8. It take about an hour to get there. So, you know. And I ain't seen Norwood and Trulio in a long time. So I might. I might throw on my LA Maggot shirt. Tell my mother I'll be back in a few hours. And I was like, well, I'm out here. I'm not at home. It's probably the same distance. Probably the same distance, same rise. Look like it'd be about an hour ride. Sunday, the NFL playoffs. I'll be home by Sunday. Trying to go home Saturday night. But I'm definitely going home early Sunday morning. I want to be home when the game starts. We start at noon now. So I try to do the math. I go, I'll say Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. That's almost half the week. 3 nights. So that's where I try to look at it. But anyway, we'll see tonight. Everybody gonna be down there too. And I just saw Mr. Jar Harris, leader of Slapback. Now see, Slapback go way back with me. Fast Food Funketeers. I don't know if that was the 80s or the 90s. The P-Funk wasn't doing nothing. So Fast Food Funketeers, that record, I was all over that record. And then I told him too, I said, man, the last time you played, I don't care. I read about musicians. I want to tell them the stuff I like. I want to tell them, hopefully giving them praise or whatever on the sly, but I want to let them know the stuff I like. So it's in their head. Because I was like, you know what? Last time the Maggots played or whatever, you was on guitar and you was in the back. I thought it was Tate. It was you. Because there was a tone and a manner that resonated with me under the P-Funk way to play it. The right way, quote unquote, right way. The way Jeffery thinks it should be played. And the sound and the tone and where the notes were plucked and all that. Hey, you, where your buddies at? Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Hey, I know. And it's sound. Because even on one of the videos, I was like, listen to Tate. Is that Tate? You hear me go, is that Tate? And I forgot it was Mr. Harris on guitar. He was like behind some speakers, you couldn't see him. And I told him, I said, man. And I said, because there's a certain way it's supposed to be played. And you was hitting it. So, no, I ain't seen Mr. Fisher. See, surely he'll do it in a while. Trying to talk myself into it, I guess. I do need to go out. I ain't been out. Well, I just went out for a... See, a road trip ain't going out if you ask me. Going out is getting off work or whatever, getting dressed, going to a club and coming home. This was a road trip. It's different. 3-day road trip. It's different. That's all I'm saying. No, that's probably not all I'm saying, but you know. It would be nice to go out there and see everybody. You know, go out there, do my thing. Hear some music, feel good about it, get it down, be out amongst the people. And dare I say, get a break from hearing that damn TV, even if I'm just in the car for an hour in quiet. And my room is like right above hers. So it's like right there. And she going deaf anyway. We try to hook up speakers and this and that. But I mean, it's her house. To most people it would be trivial. Oh, it's your mother, just put up with it. No, that's not the way I operate. Hey, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. What you doing, kitty? You chilling? You chilling, kitty? So, forgot where I was at then for a second. Started thinking about other things and other people. I would love to go out tonight. Just be out, you know? Actually, I was just out, but I do like being out. Being Jeffery. There ain't nothing better. Just walking the place with that. Oof. I had an air about myself over this last 3 days that I know people could see and feel. This might be just walking in the place. I know. Confidence doesn't even begin to describe this feeling. This is what I do. I want the bomb. I want the P-phone. Did I forget anybody? Mr. Payne, of course. Talked to him for a little bit. Very crucial, the voice. Very crucial, my God. And I'm just not just saying that, you know, to throw it out there. But he got a deep, it was good. It was good. And we up there sitting there, standing there. Well, I'll tell the story later. Anyway, swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the font, and for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all, theory of universe, hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery.